Yes, people, and welcome back to another video on the Bridge YouTube channel where we bring you all things Chelsea. And in today's video, we're going to be fixing Chelsea Football Club. Let's get into it. So as you guys know, in the last stream that we did on this channel yesterday, we went through where we thought the problems right now were with the squad. What was going wrong, what could Pochettino change, and here we are to sort of, correlate all of the stuff that we did in yesterday's stream and put it into one where we will essentially show what we believe to be our starting lineup, what the tactics need to be, and how this will lead to V4 victory, hopefully, which is technically, which for us, in my opinion, should be getting the top 4 or 5 and getting a trophy, whether that be a Carabao Cup or a FA Cup. Simple as that, really. Alright, let's get into it. So, this is my squad, as you guys can see. So the squad that I have put up, as I've said to you before, is Sanchez in goal. We're going to be, just quickly before I say who we have in the formation, I am planning to use the same formation as Pochettino because I do not believe the formation is the issue. I believe, for me, in my opinion, before we get started, it is the personnel and some of the tactics that have been used within the formation that are the actual major issues right now. And that's what we're here to, kind of solve. So as you can see again, just back over here, this is the formation that we have. Sanchez in goal. You still have Cole at left back. You then have Badiashile, hopefully, because he's going to be pretty much back in as your left centre back. Disasi still as your right centre back. And then you have Malagusto as your fullback. And then you will have, in my opinion, Caicedo Enzo in your as a 2 pivot. Cole Palmer in the 10. And then you can have Madueke on the left, Sterling on the right, and then have Nicholas Jackson up front. Now, you might be asking me, why have you gone, Ahmed, putting Madueke on the left-hand side? So, the main reason for me is two. Firstly, Sterling is playing quite well on the right-hand side. Yes, he didn't play very well against Nottingham Forest. However, I still believe that is his best position. That's the best place we've seen him play for the majority of his time that he's played. So that position is for him. In my opinion, with Madueke, I think he can do a very good job on the left hand side. I still think he could be a 1v1 demon, and that's what I want from him. And I think for me, what will even make it better now is that he's going to be able to produce a lot more high level. Once he's able to beat his 1v1, able to hit that byline and then cross it in with his left foot, which is his stronger foot anyway. So that's going to lead to, in my opinion, a lot more assists happening. So that's why I'm trying to get that to happen a lot more often, in my opinion. So that's what it just comes down to for me personally. So that's why I would like him on the left hand side. So that's one of the main reasons why I want to go for Madueke on that side. So that's what I've said to you before. And I think the other reason is, like, at the end of the day, if we're trying to be honest, I don't think Mudryk is ready yet. So if that's the case, and I don't think the manager thinks he's ready yet, you can at least have a steady hand, someone that I believe is a lot more readier and that has already a bit more head in his development. Madueke, use him there, and I think he'll do a very, very good job there, in my opinion, Madueke. And then obviously, as you guys know, I put Cole Palmer in the 10. That's the form, and that's what he's been trying to do as of recently, and we need that 10 role, to be honest, and that is where we will bring in Cole Palmer, in my opinion. So Cole Palmer weren't there. That's what we promised him at the end of the day to do, to be that 10/right wing role. He can help to add that further creation that we were seeing via Chukwuemeka, and then previously when he was trying to use Nkuku there too. But I think Chukwuemeka did a lot more of a better job than if you guys saw. So that's what we're going to be doing there, in my opinion too. So that's pretty much the going forward situation. In terms of putting Enzo in that double pivot, Enzo, as we know, at Benfica, his best position was in a pivot next to someone else. And I think Caicedo can do that, in my opinion, as well. When we look at it, in my opinion, as well, if you look at Enzo, I think he's the pass before the pass. He is not an assister. He is what I like to call the pre-assister, the key pass. He's a key pass merchant, essentially. That's what Enzo is. So for me, what you want to be doing is you want to be putting him there next to the defensive guy, can push him for that attack role, pass the ball into there. He's the one that really starts the attack, gets it going, gives the pass before the pass, as I said before, and that's what you want to really get from Enzo, in my opinion, anyway. So that's why I put him there. Caicedo as well in that pivot will work pretty much. And also, I think for me, you're just trying to get as much technical ability into the team as possible, which I will discuss why in a bit. And then obviously that back line, for me, when it comes to Thiago Silva, shout out to Thiago Silva, top defender, but for me, he's not he's not helping out the team. I don't think it's much more of a defensive issue in my opinion. More so that he's just, for me, there's just something that's not working with Thiago Silva alongside these other guys in my opinion. So that's why I've decided to make him hold bench. Then obviously on the left back situation, we will have Levi Cole, as you guys can see, and then for me, what you will then have, in my opinion, is then Badiashile being able to play the left LCB role. So that way you can have two of our top defenders, Cole and Badiashile, being able to play in that position too. So that's pretty much it. And then you can have, in my opinion, Disasi as your RCB. I don't mind him. I think, people have been a bit too harsh on Disasi, in my opinion. I think, obviously, Brian, the West Ham game, I don't think he's really put a foot wrong, in my opinion, when it comes to Disasi. Then Malo Gusto, because of the fact that Reece James is still going to be out. I don't want him to be rushed in straight away. And Malagusta doing an amazing job anyway there, if we're going in my opinion. And Sanchez is because he's Sanchez, you know what I'm saying? We haven't seen anything from Petrovic yet. Unless I see something from Petrovic, that changes my mind, that moves me. Hope so, to be honest. But we'll see literally when it comes to that one too. So that's pretty much the squad that I have. And now you might be wondering, obviously I removed Gallagher from the team. I removed Thiago Silva from the team. I'm trying to bring in as much technical ability as possible, because one of the main issues that we spoke about in that live stream previously was the fact that we're not moving the ball fast enough. You know what I'm saying? We're going at a very mulatto pace essentially. We're going right. That sort of slow music when we need to be going bang 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 bang. Quite literally, that's all we have to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what we need to be moving that ball very fast enough. You look at, for example, the Arsenal game against Manchester United. The equaliser, what did they do really well when they tried to get the equaliser? Move the ball fast. We're not moving the ball fast enough. That is another issue that we have. And I think for me, big up to Gallagher. He's been doing a great job in the team. But the issue for me is that just that technical ability is missing from him. I think also for me, Thiago Silva, because of who type of player he is, he almost works at his own pace, which is also another major issue in my opinion too. So we want to be able to, at the end of the day, be able to have some pace, not pace in the team is the wrong word, have some speed or earnestness in the team. That's what we need. At the end of the day, to beat his low box, you have to beat them 8 in transition, and also you have to be fast with your ball movement so that they can't reset every time you pass the ball sideways or something like that. So that's what we need to do at the end of the day. So for me, that is like where I would solve a lot of our issues too. In regards to other stuff that I would want to get solved, in my opinion as well, subs. If I want Pochettino to have more impotence within him, listen, bro, this is the job that you have. I know I trust you to do a good job, but come on, bro, you know what I'm saying? Make sure to make those subs at the right time. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say to you. And also the way, something that is kind of that I want him to stop doing is throwing the kitchen sink at it. Be methodical with your substitutions. Is it good? Don't break the structure of the team as well. Don't just put in all of the attackers on to make something happen. At the end of the day, that doesn't usually work. We can throw in 6 attackers, but if there's no balance in the team or no structure in the team, it's not gonna work. It's almost like it's almost like what we saw when Lampard did it against West Brom, if I'm not mistaken, where put on Giroud, put on Tammy, Werner was on there, Havertz was on there. I think even Pulisic was on there too. We're just throwing in all of the attackers to try to get that equaliser. So we don't want that to be happening at the end of the day. We want us to be a bit more smarter with the way that we put on subs on the bench and everything like that. And finally, the other thing I really want to talk about is the wingers. You know what I'm saying? I think at the end of the day, listen, the wingers that you've got are out and out wingers. They're not inside forwards. You cannot transform them into that, in my opinion. These guys like to get chalk in the boots, face their man 1v1, and then they either hit the byline to then cross it into either a striker that's going to be in the box or a midfielder crashing into the box to put that into ball into net or provide a high level quality opportunity to which they have not scored. Right? And that is the thing. We need to be playing them like that. And then as such, and this is something that we've seen he was trying to do in pre-season, he was telling the guys that were literally the fullbacks to go inside to invert. That's what we need to do. I understand Chilwell may not be a great inverter, but if that's the case, you tell him, okay, if Mudrik's there, if Madueke is there, you go inside, you invert, but you basically become someone in the box that you can put the ball into the net. Because that's Chilwell. Listen, I know he missed that goal against Luton, but generally speaking, Chilwell was a very good shooter. So that's why for me, it's much better for him, rather than inverting on the or overlapping, get him to invert inside. That's what we need to do. Simple as that, really. I know people have said Cucurella, but Cucurella's not going to work like that for me, in my opinion. Maatsen maybe, Cucurella can invert inside, but I don't know. Like the thing with Cucurella right now, his performance levels right now is not it's not up to par. If you're being honest, so we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens on that one. But that's the video, guys. Please make sure again to like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe. I've been the Bridge 258, and as always, make sure to dedicate your hearts and stay blue.